Hello and welcome back. At the moment, we are investigating the 4 people who have fallen into a coma. In the last episode, we talked to one of their families, and then we did the stupid lost cat side quest thing. So in this episode, we are going to go talk to the other 3, Lita at the manor, Luke, and then Radford, and try to investigate those. And we've learned that there's a creepy woman hanging around in town right before people go into a coma. So I wonder if that could possibly be an enforcer of the society. Heavy sarcasm. It clearly is. But Estelle. Oh, dearie me. Estelle Bright. Look at you, a senior bracer and everything. Good evening. We, heard about Luke. Estelle? Estelle? Whoa, hey, Pat. Is it that bad? Well, you see, our little Pat is the one who found Luke after he collapsed. Oh no. Pat, don't worry. It'll be okay. Maggie, how is your grandson? Is he hurt? What? No, not at all. He's just sound asleep. Really, I think this is all a bit of a fuss. He'll be right as rain tomorrow, I'm sure. The little rascal just wore himself out like boys do, you know? Really? Him not waking up? Foolish. Maggie. Hey, Pat. Can you tell us what happened when Luke fell asleep? Huh? We're investigating what happened on behalf of the mayor. On behalf of the town. Pat, if there's anything you can tell us, it might help us solve this and wake Luke up. Please, Pat. Okay, I'll tell you. Thanks, Pat. So, where and when did Luke fall asleep? I wasn't there when he fell asleep, but I found him on top of the clock tower. I think it was just past 5. We were playing hide and seek in the fog. I was it, and I was looking for Luke. And when I found him, he was asleep. I thought he was just being a jerk and tried to wake him up, but he wouldn't. I see. Wait, one thing I don't see. Who the heck carried Luke down from the clock tower? Oh, that was Mr. Paddington. He came up and found us just when I was trying to figure out what to do. He said he came up to make sure the clock was working and the fog wasn't causing any problems. Oh, yeah, that's just like Mr. Paddington. Okay, I think I've got the gist of it. Pat, I was wondering, when you were playing, did anything strange happen? Strange? Did you see anyone you didn't recognize? Hear any strange sounds? Like Estelle said, anything could help. I don't remember much, except all the white of the fog. I do remember it was really creepy not seeing anyone at the landing port. I see. So, creepy fog aside, nothing really suspicious happened. Nuts. Seems that way. Thank you, both of you. You've given us some food for thought. I'm glad we could be of help, dearie. Stell? Is Luke gonna be okay? Yeah, you bet he will. Pat, don't cry anymore, okay? Luke will tease you if you find out when he wakes up, you know. Okay. Yeah, I won't cry anymore. Well, that was not particularly helpful. But it was around 5 o'clock at the clock tower. So that part is a little bit helpful. I think the other guy might be here? Yeah, okay. Oh, hello. You're Estelle and Shirazard, right? Yes, good evening. We're here to investigate by order of the mayor, but, is Mr. Radford okay? Yes, but there's been no change, I'm afraid. He's sound asleep and seems comfortable, but we cannot wake him, no matter what we do. Is our only option to wait and watch over him until morning? I'm afraid so. That's all you can do, for now at least. I know this is a bad time, but could we ask you a few questions? Of course. I don't know if we can answer everything, but I'll be happy to help in any way I can. Thank you, you two. Firstly, when and where did Radford fall asleep? The time? Around 5:30, I guess. The place, well, just outside that door, essentially. Outside the door? So what, in the hallway? Yes. I heard a knock and a voice say, "I'm home." I unlocked the door to greet him, but when I did, I found my father-in-law on the ground, unconscious. To be honest, I thought Father had simply gotten drunk. Again. But I couldn't smell any alcohol in his breath. I thought it was strange, and then we couldn't wake him no matter what we did. So we went to go see Father Divine. I see. I think I understand the situation. One last question, if I may. Was there anything odd about the situation before Radford fell asleep? Anything odd? What, you mean like this blasted fog? Aside from that, for example, did you see anyone odd? Hear any strange noises? Come to think of it, when we were dragging Radford in. You noticed it too? In all this fuss, I thought I'd just imagined it. Or what is it? It was when we were putting Radford to bed. We both heard, it seems, the sound of a bell. The sound of a bell. Hold on a sec, didn't we hear one too? It was surprisingly lovely, really. I simply thought someone outside rang one. Thank you. You've given us a lot of information. If you remember anything else, please contact the guild straight away, alright? Yes, of course. Well, excuse us then. We'll be back to check up tomorrow. They're actually not giving us as much information as I thought they would. Okay, now which room are they in? This one, apparently. Estelle, Shirazard, welcome. Hi, ma'am. Did Mayor Klaus tell you about us? Yes, you're investigating the fainting cases. If there is anything I can do to help, please feel free to ask. Thank you. Well, firstly, how is Lita? Ah, Lita. She won't awaken no matter what we do. I pray she'll wake normally come the sunrise, whatever that's worth in this fog. But for now, all I can do is keep an eye on her. That's awful. Where exactly did Lita collapse? And do you remember when? Let me see. It would have been just before 5. I stepped out of the kitchen and found her collapsed in the entryway. I panicked a little, needless to say, and called for Klaus, who was able to carry her to bed. But to think there are others afflicted the same way. She collapsed in the entryway? Hang on, was the door locked at the time? I don't believe it would have been. After all, people have been visiting all day to speak to my husband about how to deal with this fog. Well, that's a list of suspects that sailed along then. Oh, how long were you in the kitchen, by the way? About 30 minutes, I suppose? Alright, I think we have a good picture of what happened. One last thing, if I may. Was there anything strange before or after Lita collapsed? Strange? What do you mean? Did the house have any unfamiliar visitors, or were there any odd sounds? Anything you can think of, ma'am. Let me think. Well, I'm not sure I'd call it strange, but it was memorable. While I was in the kitchen, I heard the faint sound of a bell. The sound of a bell here, too? It was such a lovely sound. I thought Lita rang it, perhaps. That reminds me, I haven't been able to find that bell. I wonder where she put it. You've given us a lot to think about, ma'am. If anything else happens, please contact us at the guild at once. Yes, of course. Oh, and everyone, do be careful, won't you? Yeah, we will. Thanks for your help. Okay. So we've investigated everybody. And then we gotta head back to the guild. And try not to get lost. Alright. So you're investigating the coma cases officially on behalf of Mayor Klaus? Good. How's the questioning going? Pretty well, I think. We've heard from the families of everyone who's been affected, but... Alright. Let's call everyone together and compare notes on what we've discovered. I don't know who else I would have been supposed to talk to there. I see. It sounds like your investigation went well. The testimonies of those close to the affected is particularly interesting. There seems to be at least one common thread among all of them. Yeah, that's... Not quite. There's a bit of a discrepancy between all of them. Yeah, but they're all 5-ish if it's one person walking around the city. Lita was found by Mrs. Mylene before 5, so she likely collapsed around 4:30. On the other hand, Radford fell asleep at 5:30. That's true, so it's more like it happened over the space of an hour. But they didn't all hear the same thing or see the same thing. There's one commonality between all the testimonies. There were no witnesses to anyone collapsing. At all. I suppose. I read through the thing too quickly, I guess. I get it. They were put to sleep when they were alone, is what you're saying. In that sense, the fog begins to make sense. It's hard to see anything when vision is this poor. A demon that devours the souls of its victims, unseen by others, shrouded in fog. A horrific image, to be sure, but one which fits our antagonists perfectly. Oh, that's scary. Thanks for the nightmare fuel, Olivier. In that case, we do have some useful testimony on the identity of our demon. Yes, the sound of a bell and a woman robed in black. I'd say it's safe to say both of them are related to our slumbering citizens. The problem is, though, Elisa is the only one who saw a woman in black. Maybe it's just a coincidence? I very much doubt that. You have to remember what happened at the place the woman was seen. Yes, exactly. The black-robed woman was leaving the clock tower, and that would be where Pat found Luke. Yeah, there's no way that's a coincidence. So that woman in black is... There's no question now. There's an enforcer skulking around in the mist here in Roland. Son of a... Fog from an unknown source, and people collapsing into comas would be our phenomena then. And the sound of that bell is like the message. At least we know the nature of our foe now. I'm going to contact the other guild branches, especially Elnan, and let them know our situation. What do you plan to do? It's almost certain that there will be more attacks on the citizenry. We need to spend the night patrolling. Yeah, I'm up for that. If we do it in shifts, we should be able to rest a little too. You shouldn't worry about that. Huh? Leave the night patrol to us guys. You all go home and get some rest. But wait. It's a good idea, Estelle. You look dead on your feet, and I know this has been draining for you. Take Chloe and Tita home with you, and you three get some rest. But... Okay, I will. Shearzard? Why are you acting like we're talking about someone else? Like I said, leave the patrol to us guys. What? It's not really about gender, mind. You've been working yourself as raw as Estelle on this case all day. Let us handle things for tonight. You go rest. Now, just a minute. I'm a B-rank bracer. I don't need my hand held like some... Shira, do not look a gift horse in the mouth. Your words protest your lack of weariness, but your body language states otherwise. Is it not also the responsibility of a bracer to stay rested and ready to act? Very well. Shira? Agate? Zin? Be careful out there, alright? Leave it to us. Well, remember, you guys better be ready for action tomorrow morning. I wonder if they're taking Olivier on patrol with them. Probably not. Ah, the high moon weaves gossamer threads through the mist. We should rest soon. Well then, Estelle, lead on to your home. Why exactly are you coming with us, Olivier? Fear not, my sweet. Olivier Lenheim is a perfect gentleman who would never overstep his bounds, especially in a gathering of lovely ladies such as this. Nay, my purpose is merely to protect you. That face says otherwise. Olivier, I think we'll be alright. Really. Oh, we'll be protected alright. Once I tie you to a mattress and throw you in the river, that is. Hey, idiot. What the hell are you doing out here? We need to figure out who will be on patrol and when. What? Oh, Agate. The muse of comedy touches you. Did you not say that you and Zin would handle the patrol? No. I said leave it to us guys. Last I checked, that includes you. But I could be wrong. They are actually taking him on patrol. Aww. Come on, get inside. Agate, wait a moment. Do you not realize that a gathering such as this is no common occurrence? I'll enjoy it enough for the both of us. Just let me go. Yeah, you get inside. Come on. He's always being dragged away where he doesn't want to go. Well, that's probably the best way to domesticate Olivier, on the whole. How the heck can he not show any, tension or anything in our predicament, though? It's hard to tell sometimes whether he's joking or really serious. I'm pretty sure he was 100% serious. One way or another, though, he's, a bad influence on Tita, yeah. Well, I kind of feel sorry for Olivier, though. Shira? It's nothing. As much as I despair to borrow his words, he did have a point. We should call it a night soon. Yeah, that's true. Okay, Tita, Chloe, follow me. I'll show you guys the way. I suppose Shira can probably just go wherever her home is. She doesn't need to go with Estelle. She lives in Roland. Was a door? Huh? Estelle... what? Oh, sorry to wake you, Tita. I'm just gonna make sure I locked out properly, okay? I'll be right back, so you just snuggle up and go back to sleep, okay? Okay. Come back soon, Estelle. Oh, sleepy little Tita. It's adorable. She's so cute. Must fight cheek-pinching urges. Actually, that would be kind of cruel, so let's not. Okay, gotta calm down. It was probably just Shira or Chloe. Best to double-check the beds and locks, though. Well, she's out like a broken light. She really freaked out when I told her she'd be sleeping in Joshua's room. Really kind of adorable. We'll both do our best, okay? Huh? Where on earth would Shira go at this hour? Oh, she did come with. Makes more sense for her to come with, but I suppose she didn't have to. Oh, Estelle, is something wrong? I heard a sound and got up to check it out. I thought it might be you. It was. I'm sorry. Being able to wake when you sense the slightest change in your environment? Now you're acting like a proper bracer. Well, I don't know about that. I think I'm just nervous. I've got a lot on my mind and I feel kind of confused. I see. So hey, are the cards showing you anything? Let's take a look. The Inverted Emperor. Mercy, empathy, trust, difficulty, inexperience, and uncertainty regarding your enemies. Oh, wow. I don't really get how one card can have that much meaning. And what do you mean by uncertainty regarding my enemies? I didn't draw the card for you, Estelle. It sounds like you think some of that does apply to you, though. This wouldn't have anything to do with what you spoke to Mr. Burns about, would it? Oh, I'm sorry, Estelle. I'm really not trying to rush you. I do think getting it off your chest would help, though, once you're ready. Shira, do you have a few minutes? Honey, you're practically my little sister. You have all my minutes. That's what older sisters are for. Aw, Shira. Could you take a look at this? A photo? What in... Well, this answers one question at least. I can see why you've been so distracted. Yeah. I bet he's with them as a front of sorts, for whatever clandestine work he's doing. Yes, I see. With them, he can do the sorts of things he couldn't easily do if he was having to maintain a bracer's face. I wonder what his goals are, though. Shira? Aren't you just a little bit surprised? To be completely honest, I was expecting far worse. I remember hearing that the soldiers attacked during the bandit raid were simply knocked unconscious, not killed. I'm certain Joshua's skill had a lot to do with that. Yeah, that's true. Getting caught on film was a bit careless of him, though. I should demand better of a student of mine. Well, to be fair, it was Dorothy who took it. Sometimes I swear it's like the hand of the goddess is guiding her pictures or something. She does seem possessed of the camera of miracles, yes. So, Shira, should I hand this photo over to Ina or Elnan? As a rule, bracers have only one obligation. That is, to come to the aid of civilians who are unjustly harmed and to prevent such acts whenever possible. So let me ask you, is Joshua a danger to the citizenry? Will he work with the Kapuas to bring terror to liberal skies? What? No! He'd never do something like that. Then you have exactly zero obligation to report anything. And I see no reason to say anything either, as I too am confident Joshua presents no danger. Ultimately, it comes down to whether you believe in Joshua or not. Or is that actually an ongoing question? I do believe in him. I do trust him. I'm just so worried. He's out there somewhere, and I don't know where, and he's got these cold, unfeeling eyes. He looks like he doesn't care what happens to himself. I almost want to talk to Dad and try to get Joshua put into protective custody or something. Estelle. But then, what did I do all of this for? Wasn't this all because I wanted to bring Joshua back myself? But then, maybe I'm just being a selfish little girl? And, yeah, once I get this far in, the headache sets in. I see. I wouldn't worry, Estelle. You're coming to an answer in your own way. I wouldn't fret. What do you mean? From the sound of it, you have a fairly good grasp on your feelings on this. All you've lost sight of is what you want to actually do. You'll find the answer you need if you take it one step at a time. I know you will. You already seem a lot calmer now than when you got off the airship. You certainly seem to know what you need to do right now, at least. Yeah, that's true. When I heard that Elise's mom and Luke had both collapsed, I actually felt kind of motivated, you know? Like, I can't sit around in my own little rain cloud. My own problems seemed to fade into the distance a little after that. Oh, great. Now I think I sound like a vapid, flighty palm. I don't know about that, though you're definitely cute enough to be a palm. I do think you should keep moving forward. You've always solved your problems best by putting one foot in front of the other without stopping. Thanks, Shira. Now I sound like a charging rhinocider, not a palm. Still, really, thanks. I think I kind of see the answer in the distance now. I hardly did anything special. Anyway, Joshua's doing pretty well for himself now, isn't he? I never thought he and that bandit girl would be a match, but they are cute together. Oh, great. Now you're getting in on that. We don't know if there's anything going on there, you know? Oh, you think not? She is a very strong-willed, boyish sort of girl. And yet, beneath that, there's a sort of deeply buried sense of refinement to her. That sounds like just the kind of girl Joshua would snuggle tenderly with. Shira, did you become a perverted old man while I wasn't looking or something? The fog seeped into your brain, didn't it? As they overcome perils together, the soil will become fertile with affection. Oh, but Estelle, why are you worried? If someone steals Joshua from you, all you have to do is take back your man. Bright versus Kapua, a struggle to the death. Note to self, never talk to Shira about anything in the future. At all. Ever. I'm joking, Estelle. Really. Still, though, if you want to worry about Joshua, that would be the thing I'd worry about more in your shoes. You two are at that age, after all. Oh, believe me, I'm plenty worried on that front, too. Like, there's Chloe, for starters. Nothing. I totally said nothing. Anyway, even despite all that, I'm actually a lot calmer now. I think I'm gonna get back to bed. Are you going to stay up, Shira? No, I won't be too long in getting back to bed myself. Agate and the others had a point about getting some rest. That's true. What is it? Shira, is there something you're worried about? Well, a little, perhaps. Give me a day or two, Estelle. We can talk about it then. Well, okay. I promise I won't worry about it too much then. Just keep your own advice in mind, okay? Don't drive yourself crazy or anything. Don't worry. I've got a bothersome little sister to handle all the crazy in my life. Well, good night, Shira. The Inverted Emperor. Losing sight of what you want to do. I wonder who I was really talking about. Whoa, is it me or is it thicker than yesterday? Yes, it's definitely getting worse. I hope Agate and the others are okay. At this point, good question. Even if it was just a patrol, I'm kind of worried. Let's get to the guild house. We should be able to hear about last night along with anything else. Good idea. Alright, we are actually going to end this episode right here, and then in the next one we will go to the guild and continue on with the storyline there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you next time.